Wiggity wiggity woo! Ha, did I scare you? I bet I did. Alright, so if you haven't read the title, I'm talking about, of course, the legend I'm talking about is an analog horror legend. You may know him. The myth, the legend, the guy who hides in the fog to scare off the boogeyman when you're trying to walk home. Don't know why that's oddly specific, but that's fine. Of course, I'm talking about Unknowingly. So if you don't know who Unknowingly is, let me push you in the deep end real quick. Let me push you in the pool so I can understand, so you can understand. So I'm gonna let you marinate in this. Sorry. So Unknowingly is a analog horror creator. He created the very well known uh, analog horror series, The Man in the Suit. Basically, it's the way I can put it is that it's like FNAF, basically. William Afton becomes a part of the Springtrap, who becomes part of the suit he's in, and so does the man in the suit. That's basically it. However, instead of being like clamped with like metal like digging into your flesh, it is actually just him like mutating into the suit because of radiation poisoning. Now, if you don't know the whole lore Godzilla and the man in the suit, I'm not gonna get into that. But what I am going to get into is very serious, so I'm going to take my hat off for this one, for this episode. So, recently it's come to my attention. I saw a video called Farewell Unknowingly, and it talked about how he attempted suicide unknowingly. Now, if you don't know the lore of Unknowingly, he's basically a well, I said it before. He basically makes videos, like I said before, but you see, the evil Emperor Zurg basically came, being the Godzilla haters, and they're the sworn enemy of the Galactic Alliance. And what I mean by that is basically there's haters of Unknowingly, and here's a stupid reason why they hate him. They hate his series because it's not lore accurate. Now I know, just like I know, like I'm gonna let you like sit back down, calm down, so you can you know, take the shock. I know, it's shocking, but yeah. So it's come to my attention that unknowingly, from what I heard, he attempted suicide, but he's getting better now. So he's alive. He's doing well. He's getting help, I believe. I don't know what's going on, but I mostly am just making this because it's just really disappointing how the littlest things of a show, like the littlest things from a YouTube series, is enough to reward all this harassment for the littlest thing, which is upsetting to me because I am a fan of the Man in the Suit. It is a good series, good animated, good storytelling, and it really kind of. I'm pretty sure I'm one of the fans who are upset that the whole series, got discontinued, no longer making videos, no longer new episodes. It's really upsetting, but it is his decision. There is a game on Roblox called Go. I'm probably gonna. Sorry, sorry. I have to look behind me to make sure that they're not listening. I'm probably gonna butcher this name real quick, but I think the game is called Goji. I'm sorry if I butchered that. I just, I just wanted to make sure I didn't butcher that because if I do, I feel like someone's gonna burst in my door right now. Okay. All right, so we're good. Okay, yeah, we're good. So, yeah, it's a amazing horror game. Night, I believe they're working on night three. Night, I actually played when the game first came out. It was pretty fun. First time I played, I kid you not, I was terrified. Like I used the peeking mechanic to peek out the door, and when I saw Godzilla, I, I was frozen with fear, and I just left the game because I was so terrified. I eventually, played it with people. I played it with people, so I don't be less scared. But I kid you not, even with people, I was still terrified. I was still scared. Sorry for the little earthquake. Uh, I was scared, a little terrified, but I eventually got over it. Night two is a pain, though. I kid you not. So, I'm gonna give a little example real quick. So, night two, you're basically going down in the basement to collect parts for an animatronic that's real. It is I don't know what it's called, Cybot, I think it's called. It's an animatronic that you have to go collect the parts, and basically it comes to life. And down there is Anguirus. Now, what I've heard so far is that I think in night three, uh, King Ghidorah is going to appear. The three-headed monster with like three heads. That is what I heard. I am unsure, but that's enough of that. All right, I'm not gonna get into that. But I'm mostly just here to talk about how this is just really messed up. How, like, the slightest thing from an analog horror series warrants, like, even though I said this before, this is uncalled for. You shouldn't really be harassing someone all because of like the littlest thing that happened. That like this stuff, that shouldn't warrant a response. I kid you not. Hatred. Sorry, should not warrant hatred. But I will admit, hold on, I gotta stretch. Sorry, I had to stretch. No, so like the thing that that just still like upsets me how I knew he was getting hate and I was hoping he didn't, like think about suicide, but unfortunately my fears came true. But luckily he's still kicking around. He's still alive. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he has like wife and kids. I don't know because I don't know the guy personally. Uh I don't know him personally like I said before. I don't know his name. I don't really know anything. But, you know, I would say if you're watching this, I do love your series, but he's probably not going to see this, I'm going to be honest. Very small channel. Even though I am growing in numbers, which I do appreciate. I do appreciate a lot. I'm probably going to make a new video talking about how appreciative I am of you guys. But, yeah, it's basically about it. I hope he does well unknowingly. And, yeah, he made a good series. Maybe, possibly, he'll get back to it. Probably not, though, because of the Godzilla fans. But hopefully, hopefully. I just really hope he gets better. That's really bad at it.